So good morning, everyone. So this week we keep going. So some of you weren't there yesterday, so I hope you did practice with my recordings that I left last week and that you kept going. You didn't take a break. I didn't take a break because it's never a break, right? When you have the kids at home, but it was a fun week. We did lots of outdoors. So this week I wanted to get the whole body moving and do sort of a gentle cardio, and I'll give alternatives. We'll go, so it will be very similar to yesterday, but we might look a little bit more in depth to certain aspects. So we'll start standing with the feet hip distance apart, and then lifting arms up. The knees are gently bent, and then open out. Good. And again. And I want you to especially feel how you can lengthen the torso and the waist when you're lifting your arms. So we're purposefully lifting the ribs, lifting the shoulders as the arms come up, without overarching in the back. So we're sort of keeping our back long rather than going like this, right? And then the next one, we keep our arms up, palms facing front, and then we'll reach both arms up and we're lengthening the waist, lengthening the abdomen, and then lowering. And again, lifting, and lowering. So you've probably noticed I do lots of these reaching and all these new motions this session, and let's just start going one arm at a time. So the purpose is to sort of awaken all the fibers of our fascia before we get going, before we get moving. So we're trying to really lengthen through here. Nice, good. And then opening arms out, opening the feet wider out. And then we'll reach out to the side and come back. Again, thinking of lengthening, that's the obvious side to lengthen, but we also want to lengthen the side that we're bending on. So we're reaching far. Almost like we're trying to unglue all these little attachments on the side, not to 100%, just feeling there's motion happening at the very base. And then arms are out on each side. We'll bring some rotation. Feeling the rotation really coming from the torso and not the hips. The hips stay square to the front. One more. And then center, let the arms drop down. And then we'll just do our little swing, just so that we're sort of combining all motions together. Let your breath be natural with this. And try to have a sense of having a long waist, a long torso, so you feel a little bit the abdominals that are engaged. And then we slow down back to center with the feet hip distance apart. Okay, I'll just go this way. All right, so yesterday we looked at the hypopressive breathing. I would like to have some of your feedback in the notes at the end of the class if you would like to have. I'm planning to do a video just on that, but if it was too confusing, I'd like to know, okay? So I'll try to review this quickly like we did yesterday. And we're going to do this breathing all week long. So by the end of the week, you might get it better. So we've done that in class before for some of you. We exhale all the air out and This is why it's confusing. We exhale the air, but we're not engaging the abdominals to do that. So we're just relaxing on the exhale. Once the exhale is completely out, we hold our no air. Okay, so we're, I don't know if that word exists in English, it's in apnea, would that be the word? So then you'll pull the abdomen in and trying to pull it under your ribs as much as you can while you have no breath. And then when you can't hold it anymore, maybe like 3 seconds, breathe in and let go everything, okay? So to do this, we'll have our hands behind our head. We find a nice long back and long back of the neck. Exhale all the air. No air, we stop, pull in. Hard to do while I'm speaking. Okay, so when we breathe in, then the belly relaxes. So I'll come closer, maybe you can see me. So I can't talk, and I'm just gonna mimic with my hands so that you can see the motion, but you don't have to move your hands. You keep your hands behind your head, okay? So breathing out all the air. Hold. Inhale, let go everything. Let's do 3 more. Exhale all the air. Hold, pulling in. Keep the spine lengthening, lengthening. Inhale, let go. Exhale, relax. Let's just do 1 full breath here. Next exhale, we start. Exhale all the air without contracting. No air. Pull the abdomen in. Inhale, let go. 1 more time. Exhale all the air, relax. Hold when you have no air. Pull the abdomen in, like a suction coming from the lower abdomen. Inhale to let go, and arms come back down by your side. So we've done that, and I've done much more explanation before on the why we do all this, but this is definitely something to practice if you want to have a flatter abdomen and definitely work your transverse, your deep transverse muscle and your pelvic floor. That's something you would need to be very comfortable with. And that's why I'm going to do a video just on that, okay? So try to remember this as we're going to do different things today, but we're not going to do it at the same time. We're just going to come back to this at the end. All right. So bending and going into a squat and then coming back up and down, and we'll just warm up a little bit. And we'll do a sequence today of a few movements that will repeat and up. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, keeping a little bit of tone in the abdomen. And with the breathing we just did, it actually activated the proper deep abdominal muscles. Next one, we stay down. And then you'll place your hands on the floor and test if you can go on your toes, okay? If you can't be in that position, you can stay right here, okay? Otherwise, if you're able to go there, we're gonna come up to standing from that position. So either you're in a squat and come up to standing, arms up. And we do this in slow motion to not have a head rush. And otherwise you're on your toes, straight back. I don't want you to be like this. And up, press, lengthen. And down, straight back. Lengthen, long spine, not arching the back. And down. And when you're lengthening, your abdomen is toned. You're lengthening at the front, you're lengthening the lower back. And again, we're in slow motion. And up and down and up. One more. And up. And then we'll go down again. Placing your hands on the floor and going to all fours. Toes will stay curled in this one. And we soften the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, find a long spine. And just feel when you're lengthening the spine, tailbone's going very far back, are your abdominals drawing in naturally? And actually, we're going to try to do that hypopressive breathing using the same technique we just did standing in that all fours position. So exhale all the air. Then hold your breath, pulling in the abdomen. Inhale to let go. And it's sort of a good position to do it because you feel the suction, because when you're relaxed on all fours, your abdomen is hanging forward, right? And that's normal. We want to feel that the abdomen is hanging forward so that you really get that motion of suctioning in and up, okay? So relax the abdomen as you exhale. No air, pull in. And as you're pulling in your abdomen, you're allowed to round slightly your lower back. Inhale to let go. Let's do one more here. Exhale all the air. No air, draw in. Inhale to let go. And then we'll engage the abdominals our classic way on an exhale. So draw the abdomen in on an exhale, trying to engage that lower abdomen ribbon. And then hover the knees off the floor. And then lower down. Again, hovering the knees. And lower down. So keep going like this. Very important to keep the elbows soft so that you're not hyperextending, so it doesn't change your position of shoulders. Elbows are soft, slightly looking at each other, the inside of the elbows. Keep going up and down, and then lower the knees down and stay there. Okay, so you can either stay at this version or stay up and then walk the feet back, walk the knees in and back, and we keep going like this without touching the ground, or you can choose to pause on the ground. If you feel like your shoulders are starting to take over, check on your elbows. Good. Keep that lower abdomen, little ribbon active. Out. In. 4 more. In. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. Lower the knees. Round your back. Bring the bum towards your heels, keeping the toes curled. Bounce forward to neutral. Round the back. Bounce forward to neutral. 1 more. Back. Bounce forward to neutral. Hover the knees again. Press the hips back. The bum up to the ceiling. Walk your hands in towards your feet. And then curl back up. Be mindful of your abdominals, your core, and lengthen up. Very tall. Facing me, as long as you can have support that's not slippery for your legs. So we'll place the right knee forward, left leg back, okay? And I'm quite far back so that my knee is going down and I'm almost in a perfect lunge position. Okay, so here it is. We do little lunges. If you tend to lose your balance, have your feet wider than your hips. Okay, make sure your knees are pointing in the direction of your feet. And as you can see right now, I'm just a tad wider. This would be hip width. This is wider. And we just do our little bouncing. Let's get the arms moving. The pelvis is relaxed, but we have some core connection. Shoulders relax. And let's swing the arms to the right and center. We keep going right. Center, let's go lower with the knees, if your knees allow. And down, good. It's incredible how such a small thing can become cardio, especially when you speak at the same time. And there, and we can add a little bend forward if you're able, balance-wise, or just do the arms. And 3, 2, last one. There, good. Stretch that back leg, lean on your front, lengthen, lengthen, and bring the leg forward. Switch to the other side right away. Watch for the width in between your legs. You definitely don't want to be on the same line. That's going to be too challenging. Okay, and we go. Little bouncing. Feel the bounce in the joints, in the spine. If you feel springy, my goodness, I'm so out of breath today. If you feel springy, then you're not tense. That's what it means, and that's good. Let's get our arms, shoulders relax. And it's sort of an extra challenge to stay springy and have our core involved. And to the left, arms. Good. And if it's too, you can go lower if you can. If it's too much, you could stay a little bit higher up. Okay. And we can add a bend, a leaning forward and diagonal with the arms if that's not throwing off your balance. Yesterday when we did this, I was losing my balance all the time. Better today. Good. And one more. I'm sure you feel those legs. Lean forward, stretch that back leg. And then bring the leg forward. Feet a little bit wider. We're going to curl down, down. Knees are slightly bent, stretching that posterior line. And then we stay there and just do our little side to side. Good. And then come back to the center. Knees bend a lot. And you come back up in a little ball and straighten up the legs as your upper body stands taller. Okay. So at the front end of your mat, so that you can stretch one leg quite far back and then bring it up to balance. Okay. Stretch far back, and you can have the tip of your fingers holding on to something for this one. If you feel like you need it, as long as you're not clenching on something, it's really tip of the fingers to sort of guide you. It's the plant guide. I don't know, I had this garden image. And up. And let's use the abdomen to lift the leg. And up. Far back, abdomen contracted and up. And yes, we're moving that leg, but you probably feel more work on the supporting one. And up. One more. And then we stay back here. Okay, we stay here. We're going to lift the same arm as the leg that's back and reach sideways. I'll just go in an angle so maybe you can see better. So I'm reaching sideways and then returning to center. So make sure your feet are not on the same line. They're a little bit wider so you'll have balance, or you're still holding on to something. And then you'll lean and go diagonal, diagonal, more forward, more forward. Abdominals are engaged. Come back up. Side, diagonal, slowly diagonal, diagonal, moving to forward, front, front and up and side. So this is not a ballet move. We're trying to stretch that posterior line of fascia. And we're working our leg at the same time. One more. Side, front, 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 and there. Good. Bring your leg forward. Let's shake the legs a little bit, and then we'll do the other side. So, stretch the leg back. Coming up. Try to have control when you lift your leg so that you're not rounding your spine to lift the knee. Okay, so if that means your knee just comes up to here, that's where it is. Okay, and try to reach really far back. Okay, if you need to lean on your front leg to reach further back, that's fine. Okay, and I'm holding to the wall because I keep turning sideways to see you move. And for sure, I'll lose my balance if I do that. And up. And up. Abdomen is involved. Okay, and let's check on how are our shoulders doing and neck. Are you starting to use your neck and shoulders? Relax. Relax the chest. Notice your breath. So I haven't talked about breathing because I want you to just keep breathing naturally. 2 more. Up. And up. Reach back and hold. Okay. Try to be as upright as you can. The bum is slightly engaged at the back. Lift the arm. Going sideways. Returning up. Remember that lengthening of the waist, lifting the ribs we did at the beginning. And there. Good. Shoulders are relaxed. Rely on your legs and your core rather than tensing up. Then we go diagonal slowly. Little pulses as we do that. And once you're front, coming up. Side, little pulses. Slowly moving diagonally, abdominals in and up. Side. Stretch that back, abdominals in. Watch for the shoulders. Every time you come back up, relax the shoulders. 2 more. Good. Up and last one. And up. Good. Open the arm. And then come back. Let's just shake the legs a little bit. Feet will be wider apart. And then we're going to bring our diagonal motion with the toes curled. I know this is not the most comfy position for everyone. Okay, that's the goal. We're not trying to find comfort as long as it's not painful, we're not cramping, but try to really curl so we're stretching the front of the foot. Good. And a long waist. A long waist, abdominals in. You're supported. Yes. Good. Last one on each side. Good, and center. So we're gonna go to a lying down position and we'll transition walking forward to plank, then all fours, and then we'll sit and lie down, okay? So lowering down with control, knees soft. Walking forward. We have our nice square plank. Lower one knee, other knee. If you can transition to do this, sitting back with the cross legs. Stretching the legs in front of you with the feet pointed. And we're gonna lower all the way down. Now, if your abdomen is not up to this today, then you can use your arms to help you and support you while you're lowering down, okay? So once you're down, you'll bend your knees. And what I meant by your abdomen not being up for this would be if you're rolling down and your abdomen is just rising up, that means you're not able to control it down and support. And we're kind of breaking the work that we're trying to do to gather everything inward. So in that case, you would use your arms. So feet are on the ground, hip distance apart. Let's lift the pelvis, push the pelvis away so that you can stretch your back flat on the mat, returning down. Once you're all the way flat and down, stretch the back of the neck as well. We're not going 100% stretch. It's just a matter of lengthening a little bit and then let go of the pelvis. Let's try that hypopressive breathing. Just lying down here. So exhale all the air. No air drawing in. Inhale to let go and exhale. So while you're drawing in everything in, try to see if you can lengthen your spine a little bit more and be flatter on the ground. That might be helpful. Okay, so exhale all the air. And you can go at your own rhythm if mine is not with you. Hold and pulling in. Inhale to let go. And I'll let you do one more round at your own rhythm, so I won't guide you. The next round, once we're pulling in under the ribs and drawing the abdomen in with no air, we're going to lift the pelvis up and bridging, okay? And to do that, we're actually going to have our arms above our head, lying on the ground. If that's not comfortable for your shoulders, of course, you keep your arms down here. So arms are up, back is flat as you can, especially in the middle, not necessarily the lower, but the middle. So flatten and feel the ground holding you. So exhale all the air. Stop breathing, pull the abdomen in as you bring the hips up. As you inhale, lower back down. Watch to not come up too high. You want to keep sort of just below the ribs, still touching the ground, okay? Two more like this. Exhale all the air, or go at your own rhythm. Inhale to lower the hips back down. Let's do one more and I'll guide you through this one. Exhale all the air. Stop breathing. Draw the abdominals in. It's not like drawing the abdominals in, it's drawing the abdomen in under the ribs. Lift the hips. Hold and hold and hold. And then lower down. Breathe in. Exhale, let go completely and bring your arms down by your side. So you'll bring the feet together and we're going to do a knee sway side to side. Gentle at first. Arms are down by your side, a little bit wider out. And then when you'll go to your, let's all go on the left side. So we'll be all in synchronized. So we're on the left side, we stay there. And you're going to take a moment to feel the length of the waist and let the knees sort of go further away from your right shoulder so it feels like a long diagonal. You can even sort of massage the abdomen a little bit to kind of loosen that area. Lifting your right arm up so you get even more length. And then slowly come back into the center. Same thing on the other side. Square your hips and then knees fall to the right. And then lengthening. So you're pushing the knees further away. Of course, this has to not create any compression in your lower back. If that's the case, you wouldn't lower your knees as much. Lifting the arm, feel that nice waist stretching, maybe using your hand to sort of soften the tissues and massage the abdomen a little bit. Our abdomen is relaxed, but because of the stretch, it doesn't feel as relaxed. I'm just trying to soften a little bit. And then coming back to the center, arms lower back down. Feet will go the width of the mat, knees as well. And then we do our gentle knee sway about 30 degrees. It's more for the hips than the actual back or waist. Being aware of your breath. And then coming back to the center. Turning square to the side. Use your arms to come up to sitting, and you'll sit cross-legged. And just feeling how is your breath? How is your abdomen right now? In a relaxed abdomen and breathing. And then I just want to finish with a few gentle sway. We're not stretching, we're swaying, but I want you to sway thinking, oh, I stretch a little bit the side, not stretching, not a good word. I lengthen a little bit my side, I lengthen a little bit the other side without arching. So today was about giving room for our abdomen so that the muscles can work for us when they have more room and we can tone those muscles better. One more time, and then center. Thank you so much. This is a kind of this little speedy overall good class. Thank you so much. And please leave me some little notes about that breathing, how it's going for you. Is it completely unclear? Are you waiting for that video or you're good? All right, I'll check it out.